Obviously, a great win for us. Proud of the way our guys have bounced back this last two games. We played very well. Obviously, a little different tonight. We made a bunch of threes, and that's why we have a chance to have a good team. Is we can beat you in different ways. I thought defensively we were solid, got better in the middle stretch of the game, and when you shoot the ball like we did, it can be hard for the opponent. So really just happy with the way our guys adjusted. Two different types of teams, Duke bigger and obviously North Carolina great speed. So this was obviously a great 48 hours for us.
Yeah, Brad, how concerned were you that it was just 48 hours ago and you have this big win that everybody's crazy about? All of a sudden you got to get back on the court against another team.
Yeah, I mean maybe it helped that it was North Carolina. We certainly have a lot of respect for them, and we know how hard they are to play against. But yeah, it was different and quick, and we were very businesslike in our approach the last 2 days. I mean, we spent a lot of time with our guys to try to get this right, and our guys responded very well. So I'm proud of them for that.
Chase and Jaden combining for 35 tonight. How do you feel like they continue to grow as a duo in this backcourt?
Yeah, I think guys do a good job for the most part of just seeing what the game presents for us. And not forcing things. Obviously, Chase is going to be a little more aggressive. We want him to be. Jaden especially probably does a really good job of that. When there's games that there's opportunities for him or places to drive or shots to take, he'll take them, but he's not hunting shots. And that's good. You don't want your whole team hunting shots. And so I think he does a really good job of that. Obviously, they like playing together. I think you can see that. And they've just grown as the years gone by. They've really grown together and understand how each other play.
What did you see from Victor in the first half? He said that he's trying to convince you to let him shoot some more threes, and maybe that he did that in this game with the way he shot the three in the first half.
Yeah. I mean, we're not like anti-three for Victor, obviously, but we want it to be within reason. Obviously, he was hot tonight, so it's like, hey, keep shooting them. He's making them. The funny thing is he got very emotional during the game. He's already pretty emotional, but like one of the timeouts we had to calm him down. He had all kinds of thoughts and ideas for us. So,
Brad, what does it mean for you? You've been here a long time to beat Duke and North Carolina and to go 4-0 to back the road this year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it means we have a good team because you don't do it unless you do. And so happy for our players and fans. We've been a pretty good program in the league the last 7 or 8 years. I mean, really good in a lot of ways. I mean, third in wins now. I think we're up to fourth probably. So I think we've been very consistent, but they're hard programs to beat and certainly hard to beat twice in a year. So yeah, I'm just happy for our fan base and proud of our team. Well, in this game with their speed, I think that was, not a hard decision, and Dylan's been playing well. And Chauncey did a nice job coming off the bench. I mean, he had 9 points and 5 rebounds, so that was good for us. But, with their speed and whether they were going to play 3 guards or 4 perimeter players, we would have played a lot of minutes with 3 guards out there, and we do most games anyway. So I don't think it was a hard decision. Obviously, today it looked like the right one.
Coach Denver Ray told me that the 1990 Clemson team also beat Duke and North Carolina back-to-back. You're right there with a chance to do what that team did. How cool was it to have them here and have your guys?
Yeah, it was fun. I didn't get to spend a lot of time with them. Obviously, I've been, preparing for 2 days, and our staff has. And I mean, we've been working. So I didn't even know they were coming until right before the game. Nobody had even told me, so it was kind of. But it was neat. It was neat to kind of go by him at halftime, and Coach Ellis was in the back and gave me a little fist bump, and so I still talk to Coach, a couple times a year for sure, and so it was fun to have those guys here.
Coach, obviously you want
Yep.
these guys to get recognition. You got back in the rankings today.
Okay.
Do you think your guys care about that kind of stuff? Do they need it? How might it help?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's good for the program. I mean, it's just good for the PR and all those kinds of things. I'm sure the guys enjoy that, but it's I don't think we all lose a lot of sleep over whether we're, getting votes and on it, in it. I mean, we certainly want to be in it because that means we're playing well and we're winning. And, we want to rise in the rankings because that means we're going to continue to win games. But, at the end of the day, I think we're keep trying to get better, play good basketball, obviously putting ourselves in a position to have a chance maybe to do something special. And, so they certainly are aware of things like that, but I don't think we waste a lot of time on it.
Coach, plus 13 on the glass in back-to-back games, and the first thing that came out of Coach Davis's mouth for UNC was that you guys were hungrier tonight. Talk a little bit about the effort level right now from your team on the glass.
Yeah, just obviously we had a hard time against Georgia Tech, and some of that is Victor not playing very much. Regardless of him, whether he gets 10 rebounds, sometimes he's blocking a shot that is going to be an attempt that, if he did, we don't have a shot blocker there, we probably don't have somebody on the weak side, and so we got a guard blocking out a big, or we don't have anybody there. So if they miss, they're dunking it or tipping it in. So his size is a huge factor. And obviously, I think our guys have been hungry after losing that game. That we know that rebounding was a major part of the loss. So we've done a really good job the last 2 games.
25 threes, I guess. What about the shifting game plan for UNC? What about you?
Just reading the game. I think reading the game. Obviously, when you have a size advantage, there are times if they don't help, we're just going to keep force feeding it down there. And so I just think our guys had a nice mix of, taking the right shot more times than not, and that's what seemed to be open.
Like their press gave you a little bit of trouble there at the end of the game. But
Yeah, I think it's hard when you're I think a little bit our guys were checking out a little, and then at the same time it's, are we attacking it? Are we just breaking it? But yeah, we had a couple turnovers. They were aggressive with hands. It was more of that than it was maybe even just decision making. But that's fine for now. We'll work on it.
These past 48 hours, of course, you Duke and UNC. What would you say about the fans and their participation?
Yeah, unbelievable. It's cool to see those kinds of that kind of support. We've had pretty good support here the last several years, but you're just so happy your players get an opportunity to play in kind of those environments. These are games that they'll remember for a long time, and it's just fun for everybody to get together and celebrate, have great memories from these games. And there's no doubt that it has an impact on the game itself.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thank you.
thank you.